folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex No Damage Run. Well, as you can see, things are really heating up here in the Warp Room. But yeah, bad jokes aside, we are now going after the next elemental mask here in level 11, the Gauntlet. One of my favorite levels.
I realize my brethren have had some trouble with you, my little orange friend, but I'm not quite sure why. Is it getting hot in here? Is it safe to be wearing that fur? It looks flammable!
So here we are at the Gauntlet, and one of the things I find particularly interesting about this level is the fact that the box count is completely different across all three versions of this game. See, in the PS2 version, there's 136 boxes to break here, on the GameCube, 146 boxes, and here on the Xbox, 159. I'm not sure why that is. I've tried playing the other two versions to maybe find out where those missing boxes are, but I can't really get a fix on where they are. But yeah, just wanted to make the note there are not as many boxes to break on the PS2 and GameCube versions. Also, this fire pit here is among the only bit of fire that you'll find in this level. It's probably the only thing tying this particular level to the fire warp room that we just came from. So yeah, not a whole lot of fire going on here. We will see some more on the death route, but yeah, find that that's a bit of a theme in this warp room. Make sure you don't get too far ahead of yourself so that you're not accidentally jumping down this pit and missing these extruding platforms here, and also come down here for some boxes that we're going to need for the box completion gem at the end. Really, this place is starting to feel more like the Lost City or Sunset Vista from Crash 1. With all these extruding walls and platforms and stuff. Thanks to our double jump that we earned from the previous boss fight, we can bypass certain platforming challenges like that one. Because who needs platforming, right? That is one of the rather unfortunate things about the platforming levels in this game, is that it doesn't feel like a lot of the challenges that they set up for you are designed around Crash's new moves. You can pretty much play all of these levels without using any of the powers that you gain from the bosses, but why would you do that? I mean, double jumping just makes your life that much easier, and honestly kind of trivializes a lot of the challenges that they have set up here, but alas. Moving on to our bonus now. Do a small hop when you get off that platform over to this ledge, because you can fall down it, and that's a rather embarrassing way to start the bonus, if you ask me. And make sure you're not taking any unnecessary risks, like taking out arrow crates that are directly above nitro crates that could just as easily set them off when you hit the nitro detonator at the end. Why are you taking unnecessary risks, Red? Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. And then we have the ever-familiar bouncing on bounce crates setup. We've seen these in many bonus rooms before this one. Basically, count out 5 bounces, move on to the next one. Usually we see these between 2 bounce crates, making it go by a lot quicker, and then you have to be faster on your timing. But still, it's nothing too bad. Because of the way these nitro crates are positioned, we're not actually going to be able to safely collect any of those Wampa fruits there, so I guess we'll just have to let those go. Alas. And be careful if you're bouncing going on ahead here. Make sure you're not taking out the upper ones too early, otherwise you might find yourself unable to reach this upper ledge. You might have to do a tricky double jump in order to get up there. Which is kind of risky, but you probably won't be in a position to do that. It's not a tough bonus. Anyway, halfway through the level now, and now we're starting to get into the meat of things. We're seeing a lot of the torture devices that we saw on the death route back in Wizards and Lizards. The swinging maces, spike spinners on the ground, trap doors, all that good stuff. Just make sure you're not jumping and you won't get hit by those maces, and do a single jump to get over those nitro crates, because up above you'll notice there's a chandelier, and that will prevent you from being able to double jump over them. It is a solid block. This jump winds up looking trickier than it actually is. And thanks to our double jump, these spinning blades won't be a problem either. Oh, speaking of death routes, here it is right here. And we'll be sure to contend with that as soon as we get the box completion gem up ahead. Just one more 2D section to go and we'll be all good. Yeah, we've got to contend with our good friend the Wizard from Wizards and Lizards. Once again, make sure you wait a couple of seconds before you actually engage him so that you have enough time to get past his energy shot. It will turn around and try and hit you after you pass it up. But if you wait a few seconds, it'll fizzle out before it ever reaches you. Okay, another Aku Aku crate here, so we're going to have to wait for the invincibility to wear off before we move on. One of the problems I find with this particular section is the foreground pillars that you can sometimes get hung up on, and it's going to wind up making you get hit by certain things that you're trying to avoid on this path. I'm just going to go ahead and set this off so we don't have to wait on another Aku Aku crate. And also, can you see this crystal? It kind of blends into the background, doesn't it? I mean, we're in a 2D section, so the likelihood that you're going to wind up missing it is pretty low anyway, but still, a little glowing effect to let us know that it's there would be nice. Especially in later levels, but, yeah. It's the only gripe that I really have with this version of the game is, in terms of its graphics, I kind of wish there was a little more noticeability on the, gems and crystals, but oh well. Just a few more boxes left to deal with here. And yeah, once again, make sure you're kind of close to the wall there, and not close to the ledge, so that you don't wind up getting hung up on any level geometry that you can't see. Anyway, yeah, there's our gem, and now we can start making our way back to the death route. Use the double jump to get up to this upper ledge, and then we can move forward. Yeah, things like this pillar here, the one that I'm looking at right now, you can actually get stopped by that if you're hanging too close to the front of the platform here. And if you do get hung up by that, there's a good chance you're going to get hit by that spike wall, and that's not good. You'll see what I'm talking about in the outtakes. It's kind of irritating when it does happen. Anyway, just heading down the stairs here, and now let's take on that death route. We're not actually making things any easier on ourselves by taking out the nitros early, because all the nitros that appear on this route are completely cosmetic. Case in point, you see these ledges off to the left and right over here? That's where all the nitro would be, and the thing is, you can't actually jump onto these ledges because of an invisible wall. So yeah, there's actually no point to the nitros being here. And as you can see, the blades and spike balls are spinning a bit faster here, so careful timing is needed. Okay. Yeah, that is a very tough jump right there. Alright, now let's just move forward with the slicer. And jump across. Ugh. That can be a very tough area to get through without getting hit. I rather like the way this bridge is designed, though. And here's where more of those nitros would be. And another slow spinning blade. Alright, one last platforming challenge to go. Some of these platforms will draw back in when you land on them, so make sure you're not hanging around for too long. Do a double jump to get past that last one, and here we are. For all that crazy platforming, we now get the purple gem. And we're done here. And there you have it, folks. That was the Gauntlet, and that one was surprisingly difficult from what I've done. I have a lot more outtakes than I thought I was going to have. Which is kind of surprising. I rather like this level. I didn't think I was going to have as much trouble with it as I did, but we'll go ahead and take care of those outtakes, and who knows, we might be seeing this level again later, in some other way. But for now, enjoy the outtakes, and be sure to join us next time for level 12, Tsunami. See you then! But, yeah, nothing too novel, nothing... Oh! I was just pushed off by my nose! Well, can't say I saw that coming. I'm not sure what this level is doing in the fire-themed warp room, but I suppose they had to put the castle somewhere. Oh, probably should have waited for that. And this arrow crate, you don't have to break it because the nitro detonator will set it off, but... And you'd probably be better off doing that. Once again, careful bounces, make sure you don't fall in the pit there. What? Swinging maces overhead, and don't be standing on the ground. Oh, was I obstructed by a lamp? I didn't realize that was a solid block. Let me, yeah, you can't press against it. Okay, good to know. We saw a lot of this stuff in the, Basically, just make sure that you're not jumping when you... Well, for these, you do want to be jumping. And I failed. Sure, let's just make it official. Well, nice to see they brought that death back. Did I seriously just do that? Oh my... When you consider a level that we're going to see later on. Oh! Pushed off my nose again. Open up. What am I being stopped by? What am I walking into? No, really, I want to know what's going on here. Why can't I... Okay, apparently there's an invisible wall there of some sort. Once again, I'm getting hung up on walls. And, of course, be wary of Nitro as well. More so than I was. Yeah, this one's going to be a problem. Torture devices this time around, so double jumping oh, jeez. Yes, the wizards are back. Once again, oh, that was just clumsy. Okay, time for some tough platforming here. Some of these oh! Dang it! I'm so close! You have to carefully time when you go across there. Oh, nuts! I couldn't see the blade around the other... Oh, that was a bad place to go. I like how I delayed that fall there. That was kind of weird. That whole thing was kind of weird.